Jesus' name, welcome back to Salimo Production. My name is Sarah Njoroge, and this is My Untold Story. On My Untold Story, it's a whole new segment on Salimo Production where we're going to have a discussion, just a single discussion on different people's stories. Different people will come here. It's not just my story, it's different people's stories on their untold stories, because people out there have a whole life as different stories. Right at it, it's me starting on my story, that is identity crisis, on how I realized who I am called to be. And yeah, I am happy and excited about it. And now, this being a new segment, I would love us to bow our heads and have a word of prayer on it.
Dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami ilondoloze zumangishilana.
Trusting in Jesus' name. Amen. So right at it, we have it here and we're doing good. Now it's my story on My Untold Story on identity crisis. And yes, it's Team Natural today. From here all the way, it's cold. We have to keep safe. We have to keep safe, we have to keep warm. And we are excited about it. And personally, I'm super excited. So on this segment, we're going to have so many things happening. One, we are going to have 4 segments on the identity crisis. And then the 4th one, we're going to explain about how I came to start Salimo Production, Salimo Brands, which carries Salimo Production and Salimo Africa. Other things that I did on the way to Salimo, it was just a whole journey. And I am excited that I have come this far. Now, personally, I have had so many things, so many experiences in life. And I am happy that to this far, I have realized who I am. I have realized the mountain I am called to. And this is my story, to just encourage someone out there who has different takes, who is struggling on knowing themselves, struggling on understanding what is their purpose in this world. Who am I called to be? And I am here to just encourage you and to just realize that yes, God have called you and God has a purpose for you. And no matter how you have messed it up, He's still your God and He wants to take you back to who He has called you to be. I moved from electrical engineering to mountain of media, where I moved from electrical engineering to the mountain of media, where I am called to be. And I'm happy, I'm excited. You know, sometimes you feel it's a process. Trust me, it's a journey, it's a process. You will have to accept the process, accept the journey, accept the sacrifice. Sleepless nights, challenges are there, struggles are there, everything. You have to accept that, well, we will have to go this journey, but you have to agree that God have called you into it and then walk into it. Be sure that this is where I need to be. And with that in mind, with the segments that we're going to have, first segment is me telling you about how my dream was shattered of becoming a journalist, and then I found another heaven to be an electrical engineer. That was in high school, and then I went to college. After college, I realized no, this is not who I am called to be, and how I changed it to who I am now, to media, through a story I read on a book by the name The God Zone. And then I joined Kingdom Leadership Academy, where I learned about the mountain of influence, and I also learned about purpose, and also learned about there was the most compelling things. Those are 3 things that I took from KLA that helped me in my purpose. And then finally, when I realized who I am and who I should be and all that, I a new program by the name My Life Journey, that is in Sense 101 by Dr. Kenyajui Nganga, where now I knew, after knowing who I am and how I should now go about it, and then how I started Salimo Production. So these are 4 segments that we are going to have, and we are going to rejoice about it, because wait, it's about to get better. Trust me, I am happy about it. It will be more of a voiceover, because these are natural occurrences where God just walks you back to who you're called to be when you're lost and all that. So more times you will see me, you will hear my voice, but you will see me explaining things on Team Natural, because I took a walk to just have this talk done, and I'm excited about it. So it's here, it's great, it's amazing. This is Salimo Production airing my untold story, and I'm excited about it. Let's do this. My name is Sarah Njoro. Enjoy.
Ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana.
And the journey just began.
Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikhaya lami.
So yeah, I joined Kamahoha Girls, and I was excited about it. But there is something about joining high school that was exciting in my heart, because this was a moment where I realized I would join so many clubs. I would just start my career and be happy about it. So back in primary school, I had been told, so many people, so many other teachers had told me that I can actually become a journalist. And I knew, in my heart, I was happy about becoming a journalist until I joined Kamahoha Girls. Form 1, Form 2. So Form 1 is when you join clubs, and every time you're excited about wanting to join a certain club and all that. So this day comes, and the patron, or the chair lady, the lady who was part of the journalism club, mwenye alikuwa anasimamia journalism club, akakuja Form 1 akasema, I need you guys to write an article if you want to join the club. So mimi nikaandika article. But now my problem with the article that I wrote was, ilikuwa na dots mingi, full stops. You see how una placing pen, when you place a pen, you write your name, and then ume place pen kuandika hiyo jina ingine, and then ume place all that. It had so many full stop, and the person felt, or the girl felt, you don't know how to punctuate. So I thought, okay. So she told me, you can't join the club. So you're not too fit to be a journalist. And that was it. That was the end of it, and I was done. So Form 1, sikuingia club, but then my heart was like, okay, I really needed to, but it didn't. Fine, let's look for something else to do. Kitu si moja. And I decided, well, let me see. Around the common subject, tukichagua subjects, mimi, I loved physics. For a matter of fact, because the lady or the teacher who taught me in Form 1, that was Miss Ouma, loved me. And then I loved her, and there's just a bond that we created that made me love physics so much. People say that if you hate a teacher, then you you also fail. But well, I don't know. Now I loved physics, and I loved the teacher, and I passed physics in Form 1. Form 2, and then Miss Ouma left, and as I was choosing subject, nikai choose. And then nikaletewa mwalimu mwingine anaitwa Mr. Waidhaka. Well, people didn't love Mr. Waidhaka because Mr. Waidhaka was, I don't know, these teachers who are slow, they won't make jokes in class. He was just a serious engineer, physics teacher. And, well, I loved him because he had a lot of knowledge about physics.
And in the process, I was happy and excited about it. Now, it became part of me that in Form 2, I want to be an engineer and I want to be an electrical engineer, and that's it. So I started understanding physics. I started to go to lab. There was this lab technician, Mr. Gitao. Mr. Gitao would help me up on understanding practicals, anything, sinanguka pendulum, all those processes. And then I remember any explanation, any time I would think physics. Tuseme leo nimeamka, nimefikiria mbona ukieka maji kwa kikombe ya kauro, yeah, the glass, ama kwa glass ikiwa moto then weke baridi itapasuka. Mbona kwa barabara unaonanga mbali kwa lami ni kama kuna maji. You know, that physics became part of me. I would think and I would want answers from teachers, and it became a process that I loved personally. So one day, in the process of everything, tumechoose subject, tumeenda Form 2. Then in Form 2 tukafanya strike, and we went home for I think the whole of second term tulikuwa home. Now at home, I remember that time ndio dad walikuwa wanaeka stima home Gishagi, and I remember once a while going home, and then transformer ilikuwa inaekwa kwetu Gishagi, so it was easy for me to just go learn a few things. I would go, dad akipanda huko naenda na yeye, tunaenda tunalearn. Mimi nitaenda nipike, nitaenda, kazi yangu ni kwenda kupika, I know that, but I'll go learn something, I'll go understand everything about this thing. Then it became part of me that I really wanted to be an engineer. So we went back to school after strike, and it was now at this point that I was so excited about becoming an engineer. So I created a badge. So badge yangu ilikuwa imeandikwa Engineer Sarah Njoroge, electrical engineer. And then I had written, let me tell you, if you list people who are ambitious, I was ambitious, trust me. So nilikuwa na hiyo badge, nilikuwa na hang hapa kwa shati, kwa mfuko ya shati hapo. Kwa mfuko ya shati ya shule. So I would hang it there. And I was excited about being called Engineer Sarah. So walimu, there are teachers who would call me that name, literally. Even to date, they still call me Mr. Gitao, Mr. Ndirango used to call me that. Mr. Karukien used to call me Madam Salome. To date, nilienda harusi ya Madam Salome juzi, and I remember her telling, hey, engineer, you're here. And I'm like, you even forgot my name. You know what I mean? So it was it. And then Mrs. Moremi, who was my class teacher, it became part of my life. Engineer Sarah Njoroge became part of my life because I had that badge written that. And then service to country, I wanted to be the cabinet secretary for energy and petroleum. Oh, so it was super exciting for me to just have those people around me who would encourage me to be who I wanted to be. And it became it. So in Form 3 and Form 4, Mr. Dirango, who came around to be a physics teacher and mathematics teacher, I remember I committed. He never taught me any subject, but because I knew he was so good in it, I committed myself into doing extra work, taking to him, marking for me. And then he loved going around doing electrical works, and I would follow up. I would go with him. I would go to the kitchen, know how this operates. I would go to the transformers. Everywhere, we would do all we can to just make sure that I know something before I leave high school, and I loved electrical engineering to that far. Now, let me shock you. Something happened then that I even realized I was never called to be an electrical engineer. I remember my classmates can attest to this. Kama unajua kitu inaitwa kungoa, mimi nilikuwa nang'oa mara 3. Namu can tell you, Namu, Rose Joy, Susie, Joanita, Benedict, Sabina was my deskmate. Benedict and Joy, and Rose Joy was sitting right behind me. And then next to me, on my left, was Frida Namu and Susan, Joanita. And they were, I tell you, I am talkative. I am talkative to date, and I would talk. But nilikuwa nangoa yani, oh Lord, R and L were not me. So one time, I remember I said, my name is Sala Njologe, Salaliz Njologe. So there was no R I was always on the L, L, L. Everything was L, and whoa, Lord. And I felt, well, I am never called to be there. I'm never called to be doing these things. But listen to this. I later I have come to work on my language and my accent, and listen to this for a minute and realize how the only thing I am still working on is putting M on Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe. We keep putting M on places that are not supposed to be, but check on this and listen to it. And I am doing a fluent English, Kiswahili, and Kikuyu news. Check this out. It's now out there, the talk of town in everyone's speech, doshi. Doshi is a new vocabulary to mean incredible, reliable, and amazing. Used in a sentence, my parents are incredible. Wao ni doshi. I had an amazing day. Siku yangu ilikuwa doshi. You are a reliable friend. Wewe ni doshi. Reporting for ADMI News at 1, my name is Sarah Njoroge. Atongoria a kĩndini gũtongoria bũrũri mahoya-inĩ na ene ngari cia matatũ kũria thirikari ĩmarore rĩrĩ marendwo gũthingatithia mawatho merũ marĩa magathĩkĩirwo. Ĩno nĩ ceceni yaku ya ADMI, maya nĩ mohoro ma ADMI hwaĩ-inĩ, njĩtagwo Wangari wa Njoroge. Atongoria a gĩbũrũri hamwe na atongoria a kĩndini nĩ matongoririe a Kenya othe harĩ mahoya ma gũthaitha Ngai kumana na ing'ũki iria igũmĩire bũrũri na makĩria cia ngigĩ na mũrimũ wa COVID-19 ũrĩa ũrehetwo nĩ coronavirus. Kũhĩtũkĩra igongona rĩrĩa rĩtabanirio thingira-inĩ wa iregi, nĩ maririkanire andũ arĩa mahutĩtio nĩ mũrimũ ũyũ, oro ũndũ ũmwe na arigitani, ningĩ na njĩra ya mwanya mahoya mũrimũ ũyũ ndũkae gũtherema makĩria.
Our dear God, creator and originator of all, loving Father, who gives and sustains life, and our merciful Father, we come before you today as a nation.
Akĩaria thutha wa igongona rĩu, mũtongoria wa bũrũri Uhuru Kenyatta augire Kenya nĩ bũrũri wĩhokete Ngai na nĩkĩo mahoya nĩ gĩtugĩ gĩa bata kũrĩ a Kenya.
It is good to come together as a nation. It is good to pray together as a nation. I know there are those who are saying that we should depend on science, not prayers. But I want to assure you that even science needs God.
Mabũrũri mangĩ marĩa manĩrĩire gũkorwo na mũthenya mũnene wa mahoya ma gĩbũrũri nĩ ta New Zealand, Brazil, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Malta, Tanzania, Mozambique na Uganda. Maya nĩ mahinda marĩa atongoria a mabũrũri monete wega nĩ gũcokerera Ngai na nĩkĩo manĩrĩire mũthenya wa gũka hamwe na kũhoya nĩguo Ngai atwehererie kĩng'ũki gĩkĩ gĩa coronavirus. Ngĩribotera ADMI hwaĩ-inĩ, njĩtagwo Wangari wa Njoroge. Karibu ADMI idhaa ya Kiswahili, na leo nitakujuza mengi kuhusu msamiati mpya kwa jina doshi. Doshi ni neno la kumaanisha kitu ama mtu wa ajabu, kushangaza na kuaminika. Kimombo incredible, amazing and reliable. Mfano katika sentensi, siku yangu ilikuwa doshi, mamangu ni wa kuaminika, yeye ni doshi, niite mwanahabari doshi. Nikiripotia ADMI alasiri, jina langu ni Sarah Njoroge. All right, so when I joined, I was able to activate my life in that. Then I finished high school, and it was amazing. And I remember success cards from teachers would tell me just engineer. I remember Mr. Gitao, the lab technician, used to take photos, and alikuwa anakuja anachukua photos zangu nikifanya practicals, alafu anaandika hapo chini engineer Sarah. All my photos, I will do a series of photos and just post. It was amazing how it became a passion. It's amazing how you can actually sit down, know who you're called to be, and decide I don't want to pursue that, and then pursue something else that will make sense to you for the rest of your life, and think this is it. But then you realize in the whole journey that was not it. Okay, so mi nikamaliza shule. I finished school with a grade that was not very admirable because sikuitwa I needed to go to university. I was looking for to go to JKUAT, but now I didn't go to JKUAT. Why? Because I didn't have cluster points za kunipeleka JKUAT. So what would I have done? I had to go on with life and do life differently. So doing life differently was, at this point, I knew it was a moment for me to start from the ground, nianzie pale chini. So nikaenda nikaambia dad, I had a C+. So dad, it's okay, don't worry. I will do electrical engineering, yes, but I will start from a diploma or a certificate. Akaniambia sawa, go look for a school. Mimi sikutafuta shule, nikaenda nikatafuta shule. We used to live in Thika, so I just walked to Thika Technical. They accepted me for a diploma. I was excited and I was in. So the journey started. I remember my dad, after I finished the diploma, told me, I was waiting that one day you will sit down and wake up. You will call me for a meeting and tell me, Dad, I'm not doing this anymore. He was ready that I would defer my course and do something else. So I didn't. So I went through the journey of doing electrical engineering, and it was a whole process for me. Nikaingia year 1, module 1. There were 3 modules. Diploma is 3 modules, and then every module is 2 terms, and then the third term you go for an attachment, industrial attachment. Na zote nikafanya. Year 1, and then I finished and I went for industrial attachment. Year 2 finished and went for industrial attachment, and then year 3. So every time as I was going for industrial attachment, the first time I was so excited about going. I was in one of the companies in Thika, and I was excited about it. I was so happy. But now, at this point, the worst thing was when I went for the second industrial attachment, I was so unhappy about it. I started feeling there's a part of me that is not happy. There's a part of me, I am coming home and I'm not excited about it. There's just a part of me that is not good. I'm not happy at all. So I told God, only you who can help me on how to go about this. I cannot. So at this point is when I realized, okay, Sarah, listen. Finish up, get the certificate, and then figure life out after that. So before I finished, I remember I was called by a friend of mine. We are in the same fellowship, Park Road Fellowship, and told me there is a class called Kingdom Leadership Academy, and you're taught about purpose, destiny, spiritual life, so many things. So what really pushed me into going there was actually the purpose and destiny, understanding my purpose, understanding who I am called to be. That is what pushed me into going there. So through the journey, a friend of mine we were with in Park Road Fellowship, we do high school missions, called Frank Kamonde, came and was a good friend of mine, is a good friend of mine still, and asked me why I am, because if every time we would talk and I wouldn't, first module, second module, I was really talking about my life. I was really talking about my electrical engineering journey. Now second year, I am here I'm not sure. And then he sat me down and asked me, are you sure? Is this where God have called you to be? And a journey, like he took me into a process of understanding, is this who I am? Is this who I am called to be? Is this me or is this not me? Nikafika mahali nikamwa, I don't know me and I don't understand me anymore, but I pray that before the end of this year, before the end of this course, electrical engineer, I will understand me and I'll know who I am called to be. So I remember tukaweka stima home and every time I would do something electrical, one, it's tiresome, and then it's paying, but if it is not what you're called to be, you will be unhappy. You will not feel the greatness into being there. You will not feel the goodness into being there. So I didn't know what to do. So I remember Frank buying me a book by Dr. Sherry Lewis called The God Zone. So The God Zone, nikasoma, and then I was like, wow, who is this woman? the content in the book made me just want to meet this woman and understand who she is, how she went through the journey and all that. And I remember Frank telling me about Kingdom Leadership Academy that was going to happen. And this is where my life changed, because this is now after now reading the book before I even know about Kingdom Leadership Academy, and now I know about Kingdom Leadership Academy, where I can meet this lady and more other people whose life have changed, because Dr. Sherry Lewis left her medical career to becoming a missionary in Africa. That really moved me, and I felt, wow, can I do that? Can I do that? Can I do that? I don't know. So that is how everything went through, and boom. Okay, so in the next episode, I will tell you more about Kingdom Leadership Academy, the lessons I learned there that made me realize who I was called to be. And then I will keep going with the story on, this is my untold story on identity crisis, and I'm excited about it. Hope you enjoyed. See you soon on the next episode on Kingdom Leadership Academy, learning and identifying my mountain of influence and how I transformed my reaction with Dad, how I didn't join university and I joined media school and all that. So next on it, see you then. Thank you so much. Let's do this. Thank you. Remember to subscribe. Remember to hit the notification button and comment. Any question you have, ask me. I will answer. God bless you. Thank you so much.
Ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze